Hello and welcome to the second edition of Between Two Flags with Master Sergeant Hines. I'm back with a second flag, a bigger budget, and a real treat for you today. The Air Force has selected 531 Senior Master Sergeants for promotion to Chief. Keesler Air Force Base claimed 3 of those line numbers, and I have the distinct privilege of interviewing all 3 of those outstanding individuals, as well as some of their friends, family, and coworkers. Chief Master Sergeant Timothy Karentz from the 81st Medical Group, Senior Master Sergeant Larry Jackson from the 81st Operations Support Flight, and Senior Master Sergeant Jeffrey Bankoski from the Matthews Non-Commissioned Officer Academy. I'll ask them some thought-provoking questions to get inside the mindset of what it really takes to be a chief, and then talk with their friends, family, and coworkers to tell us a little bit about who they really are. Well, hello, sir. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Tell us a little bit about who you are and where you work.
Senior Master Sergeant Larry Jackson, currently the superintendent for the 81st Operations Support Flight. Career air traffic controller, 17 years, married, 3 little girls, loving life right now.
Senior Master Sergeant Jeff Bankoski, go by Bank. I am over at the Matthews Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, and I am the Director of Education there.
I'm Chief Master Sergeant Timothy Peter Karentz, Senior. I actually work over here at the medical group.
Well, tell me about the year leading up to you making chief.
My focus was work, but certainly not just work. The family, my kids, I have 3 kids. So certainly busy around the base, busy in the community, and trying to take care of the mission. I think that's what we all do. And I just happened to be fortunate and put in a position that some of it was a little more high visible than others.
Well, I was dual-hatted. I was the wing staff agency superintendent and also the air traffic control towers chief controller. So kind of had 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs at the same time. So it was very stressful, demanded a lot. It was personally, it was tough. Took a lot of time away from my family, but kind of worked out.
Well, the year leading up to making chief was actually a fairly difficult one, as several challenges, but also several leaps forward. It was a powerful year for me. I earned my master's in divinity, got ordained, started a doctorate program, and then made chief.
On a scale of 1 to Steve Harvey at the end of the Oscars, how relieved were you that you made chief?
So I definitely humbled and blessed, and I joke all the time, I'm really a senior airman at heart.
Surreal.
That weight has been lifted. It feels pretty good.
What does it mean to you to be promoted to that highest enlisted grade, the top 1% of the enlisted force?
First of all, it's a huge honor. Feel lucky, feel blessed.
Mixed bag, excited, and a move. Those are my answers.
Puts me into that small fellowship of those who have made it before and served wearing it, and also setting the pace forward is an honor. It's very humbling.
So flashback early in your career, way back, like what uniforms were they even wearing when you came in? Were we still with the Army? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So you said Airman Karentz, Airman Bankoski. Did Airman Jackson have the desire to make chief one day?
No, like I said earlier, Airman Bankoski did not have a goal to make chief. We were in ABUs and we had DCUs.
Yep, so it's funny when I go to the Airman Leadership School or the academies and I see the uniforms on display in the museum, I'm like, I wore that, I wore that, I wore that. So
I've always had a desire to do well and excel, but my original plan was to do 4 years and get out of the Air Force.
So how does this work when you put on chief? Is it a cape, your superpowers? Do they give you a cape? Can you read minds? How does this work?
There is a cape involved. It's just us, right? It's just us. Okay, there is a cape.
I won't tell.
Okay, don't tell. And some glasses, I guess.
Glasses?
Some black glasses.
That's where I'm lacking.
yes, no superpower other than every day getting up saying, hey, I want to make a difference. I think pride, proud and humble, a balance of.
Well, hello, welcome. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us how you know Senior Master Sergeant Bankoski?
Oh, I'm Master Sergeant Kyle Grantham. I work over at the Matthews NCO Academy with Chief Select Bankoski. He's my supervisor.
Technical Sergeant S. Grittner, come from the Matthews NCO Academy. and Senior Master Sergeant, Chief Master Sergeant Select Bankowski is my Director of Education over at Matthews.
We're Master Sergeant Tia Walker, and I work with Senior Bankowski over at the NCO Academy. He is my supervisor.
What's it like working for him then?
He's awesome. He's from day one. I got notification on coming to this assignment, and he shot me an email, and his personality was just amazing.
Sergeant Bankowski is an in-your-face kind of guy. I'll tell you, the first time I met him was instructor school when we went up to Maxwell.
He's very knowledgeable, and the really cool thing is too is if he doesn't know something, he'll tell you that to your face, and then he'll come back later and actually follow up, which is kind of rare.
How long have you known him?
16 months.
For a year and about 4 months.
A little over 2 years.
If you could describe him in one word, what would it be?
Articulate.
Talkative.
Amazing.
Wow, no hesitation, just.
No,
Do you view him differently now that he's made chief?
No.
no.
Oh, absolutely not.
If he were a superhero, who would he be?
I have to say Batman.
Like old Batman in the cave, helping like a younger guy.
That's not a super easy question. I don't look at superheroes like that.
They say the Air Force is a family business. Do you consider people like Senior Master Sergeant Bankowski family?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Sergeant Bankowski, his entire family, Michelle, Toby, Gracie, all his kids.
Is there anything you'd like to say to him on the event of his promotion to Chief Master Sergeant?
Yes, absolutely. Sergeant Bankowski, past 2 years that 2+ years that I've known you have been very enlightening. It's been a pleasure to work for you. It's been a pleasure to see you lead. I've told you many times that I respect you greatly. You're very inspiring, and I'm proud to call you Chief.
Congratulations. Way to exceed the minimum standard, and your performance is adequate.
Chief Bankowski, you deserve this promotion. I know that you will wear it well, and I love and respect you, and I wish you the best.
Well, hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us how you know Senior Master Sergeant Jackson?
My name is Sergeant Stradling. I work at the control tower here on base, and he was my chief controller for about a year and a half.
Technical Sergeant Blaine Cottle. I'm part of the 81st Operations Support Flight. I arrived here at Keesler about a year and a half ago from Insulet, Turkey, but it was definitely when I got here where I realized who Sergeant Jackson was.
My name is Staff Sergeant Clark, and Senior Master Sergeant Jackson is the 81st Operations Support Flight Superintendent.
My name is Tech Sergeant April O'Mara. I work here at Tyndall Air Force Base Customer Support in the NPS. And I know Sergeant Jackson when I was stationed at Keesler. He was my chief controller, my supervisor, and my mentor.
Well, tell me about Senior Master Sergeant Jackson. What's he like?
He's something else when it comes to finding things, so he's in and out of the books and definitely steers me in the right direction on a lot of different things.
It's a good experience working for him. He is probably the single best leader I've had since I've been in the Air Force.
He really tries to work for his people, as in if they need anything, or that whole open door policy.
Sergeant Jackson is amazing to work for. Not only is he professional, but he knows how to laugh.
How long have you known him?
About 2 years.
2 or 3 years.
2 years.
If you could describe him in one word, what would it be?
A leader.
Profound, there you go.
Driven.
Awesome.
Do you view him differently now that he's made chief?
Not at all.
No, I don't view him differently.
Not at all whatsoever.
Not at all.
If Sergeant Jackson were a superhero, who would he be?
I would say the Hulk.
Superman.
I guess Superman?
Batman.
They say the Air Force is like family business. Do you consider people like Senior Master Sergeant Jackson family?
Definitely.
So I do consider him family.
I do.
I do view him as family.
Is there anything you'd like to say to him on the event of his promotion?
Senior Master Sergeant Jackson, congratulations. We knew you could do it, and you're going to do well.
I would tell him, congrats, sir. Now I know a chief.
Just thank you for everything that you've done for me, the type of mentorship that you've provided for me, and I'll be the first one to say that I'm proud to call you a chief.
And I think he's going to be an excellent chief. And huge congratulations. It's awesome, and he is one of the most deserving that I know. So,
Welcome. Hello.
Hi.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us how you know Chief Karentz?
Well, my name is Warren Gaffney. I work at the 81st Communications Squadron. I met Chief Karentz when he was still Senior Master Sergeant Karentz.
Okay, I'm Chief Master Sergeant Hope Skibitsky. I'm the Squadron Superintendent for the Medical Operations Squadron at the 48th Medical Group, RAF Lakenheath. I know Tim Karentz because we were stationed together at Travis.
Well, tell me about him. What's he like?
He's a high-speed guy. He's fun, very outgoing. He's definitely a people person.
Tim Karentz is amazing. He's just a great person. He's super friendly. He truly cares about the people that he meets. He wants to help everybody under the sun, stretches himself a little thin. But he's an amazing guy.
You said you knew him when he was Senior Master Sergeant, so how long has it been since you've
It's
known
only
him?
been about a year and a half.
About a year
We
and a
met in September of 2015.
Okay.
We met in 2014, so we've been friends, dear friends, for about 3 years now.
If you could describe him in one word, what would it be?
An achiever.
Eclectic.
Do you view him differently now, or is there any different
No.
view now that he's made chief?
No, he's the same person. He's a very down-to-earth person.
No, absolutely not.
If he were a superhero, who would he be?
Maybe Hawkeye.
He'd be my other half. Wonder Twin powers activate, right?
They say the Air Force is family business. Do you consider people like Chief Karentz family?
Oh yeah, he has integrated himself, and we have welcomed him, into our family.
Is there anything you'd like to say to him on the event of his induction ceremony?
Not that I haven't already said.
I wish every way to Sunday I could be there to celebrate with him, so I'm jealous of all the folks that actually get to be there. I wish I could hug your neck and tell you how proud I am of you.
What's that? No, somebody calling us? What is that? Let's bring this up.
Who are you? Hey, is this recording?
Well, who are you and how do you know Chief Karentz?
Hey, Dad.
You're Chief Karentz's son?
My name is Airman Karentz, A1C, and I work currently at the Equipment Accountability Element in M-Flight here at 354th LRS, stationed in Allison Air Force Base, Alaska. Chief Master Sergeant Karentz he was my personal recruiter from the age of 0 to 18. My dad's my personal hero, so that's how I know him.
That's awesome. So how did you find out that he made chief?
So I found out because my dad told me.
So if your dad was a superhero, who would he be?
I think the Incredible Hulk. You don't want to get on his bad side, but very friendly when he's not green.
All right, well, tell me some funny stories about your dad. Everybody is watching right now.
Me and my brother would always sit in the back seat, and my dad told us a story that the windows would roll down by whoever farted. They had this sensor in there, and if it rolled down, that means you farted. And so he would roll my window down or my brother's, and we both look at each other and be like, I swear it wasn't me. And my dad would be cracking up, and my mom would be cracking up. And I was like, I promise it wasn't me. I don't know, the sensor's broken. I don't know what happened. So just little things like that, it made growing up around my dad just a really enjoyable experience.
You know, that farting story is genius. I'm going to use that for my kids.
Dad, you have finally made it all the way through the ranks on the enlisted side. And I just want to say that you do know that with great responsibility comes a greater paycheck, which means I am looking forward to the bigger allowance. You have my routing number. I expect to be paid in full on the 1st and the 15th. You really deserve it, Dad, and I can't tell you how incredibly proud I am to know you, to be your son, and it's a big shoe to fill.
It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know the Chief and Chief Selects better, and it's clear to me that Keesler Air Force Base is a better place with them here. I'm sure I can speak for all of us when I say we look forward to the great things that they'll be doing for our Air Force. This has been Between Two Flags with Master Sergeant Hines. Until next time.